Listen to me. I need you to wake up right now, because today we're not just talking about fear, we're about to expose it, break it down, and destroy it. Somebody in this room, somebody watching this, somebody listening to this, you are living with fear sitting on your chest every single day. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of being laughed at, fear of not being good enough. And that fear has been stealing your future, robbing your destiny, and keeping you trapped in average. But let me tell you something, fear is not real power. Fear is a prison. And today, I'm about to hand you the keys. You see, fear is clever. Fear doesn't show up wearing a mask looking scary. No, fear shows up dressed like your best friend. Hey, maybe you should wait till next year. Maybe you should play it safe. Maybe you're not ready yet. Maybe it's not your time. Fear disguises itself as wisdom. Fear disguises itself as logic. Fear disguises itself as just being realistic. But the truth is, fear is lying to you. Fear is stealing years from your life while you sit back and believe its stories. And let me keep it real with you. Most people don't fail because they're not talented enough. They fail because they were too scared to even start. Think about it, how many dreams never saw the light of day because somebody was too afraid? How many businesses never opened? How many books never got written? How many songs never got sung? How many lives never got changed because fear whispered, don't try. I remember when I was a young man, fear had me too. Fear had me by the throat. Fear told me I wasn't smart enough. I wasn't good enough. I wasn't the type to make it out. But I had to learn something. Fear is only as strong as the belief you give it. If you stop feeding fear with your energy, it dies. Look, fear is like a bully at school. That bully doesn't stop until somebody finally stands up to him. And once you hit back, once you refuse to bow down, once you push back, that bully shrinks. That's exactly what fear is, a bully. And the only way to kill it is to stop running and face it. But let's be honest. Most of you aren't facing it. You're negotiating with it. You're letting fear sit at your table. And you're feeding it breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You keep telling yourself, one day I'll go after it. One day I'll chase my dream. One day I'll stop being afraid. Guess what? One day is code for never. I'm telling you right now, fear doesn't leave on its own. Fear grows the longer you avoid it. And the only way to shrink it is to step straight into it. Let me give you this truth, fear will always be there. You will never completely get rid of fear. But here's the secret, you don't have to get rid of it to win. You just have to stop letting it control you. Successful people are not fearless. They just learn how to move forward even when fear is screaming in their ear. They learned how to act in spite of it. So here's the truth I need you to get from part one. Fear is not your master. It's not your enemy. It's your test. And until you decide to take that test, you will always stay where you are. Some of you are waiting for fear to leave before you act, but you've got it backwards. Action kills fear. Courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is moving forward even when fear is present. So today, right now, I want you to make a decision. You're done letting fear be the driver of your life. You're done letting fear hold the steering wheel while your dreams sit in the back seat. From this day forward, you're about to take control. Because the secret to killing your fear begins with this. You stop believing its lies. You stop feeding its power. You stop letting it call the shots. That's the beginning. That's the first key. And in the next part, I'm going to expose the biggest lie fear has ever told you. I'm going to show you why fear is an illusion and how to strip it of its power forever. Listen to me, because I need you to catch this. Fear is fake. Yeah, you heard me. Fear is not some monster hiding under your bed. Fear is not some physical wall that's blocking your way. Fear is an illusion. It's a movie playing in your mind, one you keep hitting replay. On here's the truth, fear is imagination in the wrong direction. You're imagining failure before you even start. You're imagining people laughing at you. You're imagining losing everything. But the crazy thing is, none of that has even happened yet. You're living in a future that doesn't exist. You're suffering from pain that hasn't even touched you. Fear is a lie. And the problem is, you've been treating it like the truth. Think about a child who's afraid of the dark. They see shadows on the wall, they hear noises in the closet, and their heart starts racing. But when you turn on the light, what happens? They realized it was never a monster. It was just a shirt hanging on a chair. That's what fear is doing to you right now. It's turning ordinary challenges into monsters. It's making you believe in shadows instead of reality. And let me give you this, 99% of the things you're afraid of never even happen. Think back to all the nights you stayed up worrying, all the times you stressed yourself sick over what might go wrong. Yet when the moment came, it wasn't nearly as bad as your mind told you it would be. Fear lies. Fear exaggerates. Fear paints the picture bigger than reality. I'll never forget. I once had a student tell me, E.T., I can't speak in front of people. I'm terrified. I'll embarrass myself. I looked at them and I said, so you already embarrassed yourself. You already failed. Or is that just a movie playing in your head? And guess what? When they finally stood up and spoke, they crushed it. Everybody clapped. They got respect. And after they told me, man, all that fear was in my head. Exactly. Fear was lying. Fear doesn't want you to test it because the moment you do, it loses its power. That's why it whispers, don't try, don't move, stay safe, stay comfortable. Because fear knows the second you step forward, you'll see it was just smoke and mirrors. But here's where most of you mess up. You treat fear like a signal to stop. You feel that heartbeat racing, you feel that nervous energy, and you think, this means I shouldn't do it. No, that's not what it means. That's just your body getting ready. That's adrenaline. That's your system saying, something important is about to happen. Fear is not a stop sign. It's a green light telling you to go. Let me prove it. Do you think soldiers in battle are fearless? No, they feel fear, but they move anyway. Do you think athletes standing at the Olympic stage don't feel fear? Of course they do, but they use it as fuel. Fear isn't a signal to stop. It's a sign you're on the edge of growth. So here's the shift. When fear shows up, don't say, oh no, maybe I shouldn't top. Start saying, oh yes, I'm in the right place. Fear shows up when something matters. Fear shows up when the opportunity is big enough to change your life. Fear is proof you're in the right direction. Let me make it plain. Fear is like the guard dog at the door of success. It barks loud. It tries to scare you. But the truth is, that dog has no teeth. The bark is loud, but if you walk through, you'll realize it can't bite you. Some of you have been standing outside the door of your dream for years because that dog keeps barking. You keep saying, maybe tomorrow, maybe when the barking stops. But it's not going to stop. You got to decide, either you stay outside or you walk through and find out that fear was fake all along. Here's the principle I need you to tattoo on your heart. Fear is false evidence appearing real. That's it. False evidence appearing real. You've been respecting a lie. So the next time fear rises up, don't shrink back. Don't play small. Don't believe the movie in your head. Stand up and say, you a liar. You don't own me. You don't get to tell me what I can or can't do. Because once you expose fear for what it really is, once you shine that light on the shadow, you realize you were free the whole time. And in the next part, I'm going to show you how to flip it. I'm going to show you how to take that fear, that energy, and turn it into pure fuel that drives you straight into greatness. Listen to me. Fear is not just something you run from. Fear can become the very thing that fuels you. I need you to stop looking at fear as the enemy and start seeing it as energy. Because the truth is this, the same energy that makes your palms sweat, that makes your chest tight, that makes your legs shake. That's power. You just haven't learned how to flip it yet. Let me break it down for you. Every time you feel fear, your body is actually preparing you to act. Your heart rate goes up to pump blood faster. Your breath quickens to bring more oxygen. Your body is literally giving you energy to perform. The problem is, instead of using that energy, you freeze. Instead of moving forward, you paralyze yourself. Fear is like fire. You can let it burn your house down, or you can use it to cook your meal, to keep your family warm, to power your life. Fear is not the problem. Your response to it is. Some of you have been running from fear your whole life. Running from the test. Running from the interview. Running from the opportunity. Running from love. Running from the business idea. But let me tell you something. The more you run from fear, the bigger it gets. The more power you give it. But when you turn around and face it, when you say, no more running. I'm going KROGHU. That's when you flip the script. That's when you take all that nervous energy and you channel it into action. Listen, fear is adrenaline. Adrenaline is energy. And energy can either destroy you or push you. It all depends on what you decide to do with it. I'll never forget, I was coaching a young man who wanted to be a speaker. He told me, every time I get on stage, I feel like I'm about to throw up. My hands shake, my voice cracks. I can't do it. I told him, good, that means you care. That means this matters to you. That energy you're feeling, that's not weakness, that's power. Stop letting it paralyze you and start letting it push you. Next time he got on stage, I told him, instead of focusing on your fear, focus on your mission. Focus on the people who need your voice. Focus on the ones who are hurting, waiting for your words. And guess what? He delivered like never before because he flipped fear into fuel. See? That's the secret. Fear is fuel when your purpose is bigger than your feelings. As long as your feelings are the focus, fear will control you. But when your mission becomes the focus, fear becomes energy that pushes you. Let me ask you, what if instead of running from fear, you ran with it? What if every time fear showed up, you said, thank you? That means I'm in the right place. That means I'm stretching. That means I'm growing. Because listen to me, fear is the border between who you are and who you're meant to be. The moment you cross that line, you tap into the life you were designed for. I'm telling you, some of you are one step away from everything you've ever dreamed of. But fear is standing at the door. And instead of seeing fear as the guard keeping you out, I need you to see fear as the key to get in. Say it with me, fear is fuel. Fear is not my enemy. Fear is my energy. Fear is the proof that I'm alive, that I care, that I'm stepping into something that matters. You got to learn how to ride that energy, that pounding heart. That means you're alive. That means you're not wasting your life in the comfort zone. That means you're in the game. So here's the strategy. When fear rises up, don't shrink back. Lean in. When your body shakes, say, good. That's my energy warming up. When your chest tightens, say, good. That means I'm getting ready for war. When your mind says, what if I fail? Flip it and ask, what if I win? Because here's the truth. You don't destroy fear by ignoring it. You destroy fear by using it. So the next time fear shows up, don't run, don't hide, don't pray for it to go away. Look fear in the eye and say, thank you. You just gave me the energy to fight harder, to go further, to push deeper. And once you learn to turn fear into fuel, there's nothing, listen to me now, ING, that can stop you. But you're probably asking, E.T., how do I do this consistently? How do I not just hype myself up once, but kill fear daily? That's what we're going to break down in the next part, the secret formula to kill fear and live fearless every single day. All right, listen carefully, because this is the part most people miss. They get hyped up, they get inspired, but when fear comes back tomorrow morning, they fall right back into the same trap. Why? Because they don't have a formula. They don't have a system. Inspiration is good, but discipline kills fear. So let me give you the secret formula. Fear only grows in the dark. The longer you avoid it, the bigger it gets. So the first step in killing fear is simple: face it every single day. Stop waiting until you feel ready. You will never feel ready. Stop waiting until the fear goes away. It's not going anywhere. The only way you weaken fear is by shining the light on it every single day. If you're afraid of speaking, speak every day. If you're afraid of rejection, ask every day. If you're afraid of failing, try every day. Consistency kills fear. Fear doesn't live in your muscles. It doesn't live in your bones. It lives in your mind. That means if you want to kill fear, you've got to reprogram your thoughts. Instead of saying, I'm scared, start saying, I'm prepared. Instead of saying, what if I fail? Start saying, what if I win? Instead of saying, I can't handle this, start saying, this is making me stronger. Your words are weapons. The way you talk to yourself decides whether fear grows or dies. You got to be intentional about flipping the script in your head. Most of you are trying to kill fear by going after the biggest giant first. But listen, courage is built like muscle. You don't start bench pressing 300 pounds on day one. You start small, you build strength, and then you level up. If you're afraid to speak to a crowd, start with speaking to one person. then to 3, then to 10. Stack those wins. Every time you win a small battle, you weaken fear's grip on your life. I told you before, as long as you focus on your feelings, fear will win. But when you focus on your purpose, fear shrinks. Look, if you're living just for yourself, fear will always feel bigger than you. But when you live for something greater, your family, your mission, your legacy, suddenly fear becomes small. Fear says, don't do it, it's scary. Purpose says, do it anyway because they need you. You got to decide, is fear going to be your boss or is purpose going to be your boss? Here's the biggest secret. Fear cannot survive consistent action. You can read about fear, pray about fear, cry about fear, talk about fear all day long. But until you move, nothing changes. You kill fear by doing the thing you're afraid of, period. Every single action is like throwing water on the fire of fear. Every time you move, fear loses strength. Every time you delay, fear grows. Let me give you this last one. Faith and fear cannot live in the same house. One will push the other out. Faith says, I don't see it yet, but I believe it. Fear says, I don't see it yet, so I doubt it. You have to choose who gets the final word in your life. When fear knocks on the door, let faith answer. And listen, don't get it twisted. This formula doesn't mean fear disappears forever. No, fear will keep showing up. But once you have this system, you stop bowing down. You stop retreating. You stop letting it control your life. You face it daily. You reprogram your mind. You win small battles. You live with purpose. You act. And you choose faith. That's the formula. That's the discipline. And let me make it plain, fear is not destroyed in one big moment. Fear is destroyed in 1,000 little moments where you refuse to give it control. So the next time fear knocks, don't hesitate. Don't freeze. Don't give it an inch. Look it dead in the eye and say, I've got the formula. I'm not running anymore. I'm facing you. I'm fighting you and I'm finishing you. Because that's the secret. Fear doesn't die in silence. Fear dies when you fight back. Listen to me. If you've been rocking with me from part 1 until now, then you already know fear has been exposed. You know it's fake. You know it's an illusion. You know it's food. And you know the formula to beat it every single day. But now comes the most important part. How do you live fearless? Because let me tell you something. Killing fear is not just about one moment of bravery. It's about a lifestyle. It's about waking up every single day and choosing courage. It's about building a life where fear doesn't get to run the show anymore. Fearless doesn't mean perfect first. Let's clear this up. Fearless doesn't mean you'll never feel fear again. No. Fearless means you feel it and you move anyway. Fearless means you stop waiting for the butterflies in your stomach to go away. You just learn how to fly with them. Fearless means you stop letting fear be the captain and you start being the captain. What a fearless life looks like when you live fearless. You start making decisions that align with your purpose, not your fear. Fear says, don't start the business, you might fail. Fearless says, I'll start, and if I fail, I'll learn and come back stronger. Fear says, don't tell them how you feel, they might reject you. Fearless says, I'd rather be real and rejected than fake and accepted. Fear says, don't take the stage, don't apply for that job, don't chase that dream. Fearless says, I'm not letting my destiny die in silence. Fearless living is freedom. It's waking up with courage instead of regret. It's laying your head on the pillow at night knowing you didn't let fear rob you of another day. The ripple effect of fearlessness. Here's the thing. When you kill your fear, you don't just set yourself free, you set others free. Somebody's waiting on your courage. Somebody's waiting on your voice. Somebody's waiting on your example. When a mother kills her fear, her children learn to be bold. When a leader kills their fear, their team learns to step up. When you kill your fear, your community sees what's possible. Your courage becomes contagious. The cost of living in fear, let me keep it 100. Fear costs too much. Fear costs dreams. Fear costs potential. Fear costs time you will never get back. Some of you have been paying that cost for years. Fear has been taxing your future, draining your destiny, taking your peace. But today, right here, right now, you get to choose, are you going to keep paying that price? Or are you going to declare, no more? I'm done giving fear my life. The call to action, you've got one life, one shot, one chance. And the only thing standing between you and the future you were created for is fear. So here's my challenge. Don't leave this room. Don't walk away from this video. Don't go back to your routine until you make a decision. A decision that says, I will no longer bow to fear. I will no longer wait for someday. I will no longer let fear drive my choices. From this day forward, I will live fearless. Closing explosion, fear thought it had you. Fear thought it could bully you for life. Fear thought it could whisper lies until your grave. But today, you stood up. Today, you flipped the script. Today, you learned the secret. Fear is fake, fear is fuel, and fear is finished. So walk out of here different. Walk out of here bold. Walk out of here with your head high and your chest out. Because the life you've been dreaming about, it's waiting for you on the other side of fear. And the only question left is, are you ready to kill it